Hey, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo están? Bienvenidos a que te veo de Mr. Félix. Como ya vieron en el título, este es el video que hice, la colaboración que hice con Jeremy Fragrance. Pero nada más quiero como contarles muy rápido por qué la estoy subiendo yo. Porque este video originalmente estaba en su canal. Les voy a contar rápido la historia. Hace aproximadamente como, ¿qué será? Como 2 meses y medio, yo lo invité a Jeremy a que estuviera participando, para que fuera un invitado en el show El Arte del Perfume. El show que tenemos todos los sábados. Por si no lo han visto, aquí les dejo una playlist. Y me dijo que no, porque pues él no hace en vivos. La cosa es que yo ya conocía a Jeremy con anterioridad porque ya había hablado con él y ya había hecho un video con él hace mucho. Que también ya no está en... Bueno, creo que sí está en YouTube, pero no sé. Pero bueno, entonces me dijo como, no, la verdad es que no quiero estar en tu programa. Bueno, no, yo no estoy en programas en vivo, pero te ofrezco hacer una colaboración, ¿no? Entonces me dijo, tú escoge el tema y hacemos la colaboración. Y fue como de, órale, va. Entonces le propuse un tema, me dijo que sí, súper bien. Grabamos el video y lo subió a su canal. Y luego de unas semanas lo borró, lo quitó. Ahora, yo sabiendo que él es una persona que hace eso, que él borra sus videos, yo lo bajé. Porque dije, no vaya a ser que lo borre, yo quiero tener ese video, porque pues para mí es importante. Entonces, como bien lo predije, borró el video. Y me dio como pena, me dio lástima, porque creo que había quedado muy bien, creo que es un video muy padre. Y aparte, pues es un video, una colaboración, o sea, de un youtuber hispanohablante, ¿no? Con Jeremy. Yo creo que estaba muy padre. Y desafortunadamente la borró. Y le pregunté, oye Jeremy, ¿por qué borraste este video? O sea, ¿por qué pasó? Y dijo, no, la verdad es de que yo borro los videos que no tienen buen desempeño. Y nuestra colaboración no estuvo buena, o más bien no me gustaron los números de este video, entonces decidí quitarla. Pero, bueno, yo sí tengo el video, lo descargué, estaba en mi computadora, y decidí subirlo ahorita porque creo que está padre, ¿no? Y aparte el video quedó muy bien, y para mí es importante que este video se quede arriba en YouTube, porque, sí, me es importante, obvio. Entonces, pues le dejo aquí el video con la colaboración de Jeremy Fragrance. Por cierto, le dejo mi Instagram por acá abajo y el canal de Jeremy allá abajo, que supongo que ya lo conocen, pero si no lo conocen, ahí está. Y bueno, que disfruten mucho esta colaboración, que originalmente estaba en el canal de Jeremy, que ahora va a estar en el canal de Mr. Félix y no se va a borrar.
Hey guys, Jeremy Fragrance here with Mr. Felix on the other line in Mexico. What's up, bro?
Hey man, how you doing? I'm really happy, that I'm in your channel. I've been a huge fan of yours since the early days, since Bang Your Head into the Wall days, La Nuit de l'Homme days. So to be here in your channel it really means. I mean, it hits.
Thank you, man. Hey guys, we actually already did this video for about 20 minutes. We were talking passionately about our 10 picks right now. And then we made a technical mistake. So here we go one more time with the same video that we actually already just did. We're going to wrap it up a little bit. We don't act like we're doing this for the first time. So in this video, I'm going to show you together with Felix, who is a fragrance reviewer. Check out his video channel in the video description as well in the pinned comment. Our 10 picks that every fragrance reviewer must have in his fragrance collection. So I would say, Felix, let's show all at the same time in 3, 2, 1, boom.
Here are my 3 picks, I have some other 2 over here, but
Yeah, all right. Explain a little bit, Felix, what we just talked about and what are the similarities in our collection.
So we did not talk about this earlier, okay? I did not know which fragrances Jeremy would pick. He did not know which fragrances I would pick. But, fragrance reviewers, we're kind of connected, So, we both chose Sauvage by Dior Sauvage, one of the most popular fragrances, Johnny Depp fragrance. And we both chose Creed Aventus.
Correct.
You are the expert on Dior Sauvage, so please explain Dior Sauvage, man.
No, I said Dior, obviously a fragrance like Dior Sauvage will get you more views than a fragrance like Un Jardin sur le Nil by Hermès that nobody really is looking for, although it's by a company like Hermès. So we got to understand as a fragrance reviewer, it's also about the views that you're getting. And obviously you're getting a lot of views from Dior Sauvage. All right, what about Aventus? That was your take.
Yeah, Aventus is quite, I think in the fragrance industry and in the fragrance community, there was a before and an after Aventus, okay? This is, I think, the king of fragrances, and I think if you want to be a serious reviewer, I don't care if it's YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, Twitter or TikTok or whatever platform you choose to do it, you need to have Aventus, You can have, Mont Blanc Explorer and Club de Nuit, all these clones, and that's fine. But if you want to be like the real deal, you need to have the original thing. And this is my first Aventus bottle. I did not have an Aventus bottle, you know, I mean, I smelled it, of course, but since they released the 10th anniversary edition, I was like, this is my chance, this is my shot, I want to have this. This is a limited quantity, and I love it.
And obviously we humans strive to be the best, our own version. This is commonly known as being the best niche fragrance, so it's easy to pronounce Aventus or Aventus, how Mr. Creed says. And yeah, for several reasons. And it's also a good product. Oftentimes people that hate on people that are on the top or hate on brands that are on the top often forget, yeah, besides the great marketing, besides all the cool stuff, they are often also great at what they are. And this is great at what it is.
Correct. And for example, my father wears this one as well, and he loves it. He's not a big, you know, fragrance fan as we, but when he wears this, he feels the power, and the whole office is like, wow, what are you wearing, man? So yeah, this is all ages. Everybody can wear this. Amazing, amazing stuff.
I love it, man. Now, the third commonality we had was Acqua di Gio. And I really mean original Acqua di Gio, which I don't have right now, but this is the Profumo special blend. To me, it's the Chanel No. 5 for women. This is the first huge mega hit for men's fragrances worldwide. This is, as far as my research goes, the most sold men's fragrance on earth. And also, to me, it symbolizes the America getting into the fragrance market. Because America is fresh and clean. A lot of Italians live in America. Acqua di Gio, and the guys, they like to wear it, and fresh and clean. Back in the days when I started looking at fragrance reviewers like Joey Cannoli and My Makers, this was their star. And I felt like back in the days, nobody was talking about oriental, spicy oud fragrances at all. It was all Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, Curve by Curve, Liz Claiborne, or Acqua di Gio. And so this to me is a must-have. It's a great fragrance, it's super popular, it gets you a lot of views, and it's like a basic alphabet knowledge. You have to know this fragrance as a reviewer.
Correct. You need to have this. But even though I have it on my list, I have it tied with another fragrance, which I think is, I don't know if more important, but it's L'Odyssée pour Homme by Issey Miyake. For those who do not know, this came first, okay? This came first, then came Acqua di Gio. Everybody's like, Acqua di Gio, yeah, this is fine. But you know, this type of vibe, citrusy vibe, kind of a fresh vibe, Issey Miyake was the first one to make it with this one right here. And this has the note of yuzu, which is a fruit from, you know, Japan and Oriental, that type of stuff. Yeah. And it smells pretty weird. Here, for example, I live in, you know, in Mexico, you know, the whole American continent. We do not have yuzu, so this smells kind of weird. But I really like it. I like this one a little bit better than Acqua di Gio. But yeah, these are
Issey Miyake, a forgotten gem by now. All right, my next one is Le Mal, Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is, to me, second place just after Acqua di Gio. This is a very controversial type of a fragrance, and yeah, it's a great one. You don't really have to explain this fragrance too much. It's popular. It's this is the ex-boyfriend fragrance. Back in the days when I started watching YouTube videos, it popped a lot on different websites, on different fragrance reviewer sites as the strongest fragrance they own, the most complimented because it's so strong. Then I bought it myself again after having it already since a long time, and I noticed it's not that strong anymore. So then you notice, oh wow, is it reformulated or not? So I noticed, oh, okay. And there you see where fragrance reviewers come in handy as well. They warn you of stuff that is diluted or that is not modern anymore, that is synthetic, or if there is a cheap substitute that is better, or whatever is going on. But to me, this is also a very important fragrance in the fragrance community that every fragrance reviewer should have.
Correct. Le Mal is a fragrance that I do not like. Well, it's not that I do not like. I have never smelled the original formulation, the one that you have. I have only smelled the new formulation. So, I don't know. I mean, my favorite Le Mal is the Superman version, Le Mal Eau Fraiche.
Right.
I think that's an amazing. I actually put that on my top spot for summer fragrances. I really do like it. You know, they have this new release, Le Mal de Parfum, which was kind of meh for me. Like it didn't do much for me. But yeah, I think if you want to be a reviewer and a collector, you need to have the Le Mal. The Le Mal plus the bottle is kind of cool. I mean, when people come to see my collection, they always see, you know, like this, the shape of a man, and they want to smell it. So kind of so the bottle is pretty interesting.
All right, what's your next one? Is it the Tom Ford?
My next one is a Tom Ford, correct? And I didn't know which fragrance to put from Tom Ford because Tom Ford is my favorite fragrance house. And Jeremy asked me why is it my favorite fragrance house? Because I think Tom Ford is, as you say, unapologetic. It's this kind of powerful fragrance. People will either love it or hate it. So if you want to be that kind of if you want to go into a room, okay, into a party, and you want people to turn their heads to you, you will wear Tom Ford, like the rule. And the one that I'm putting on the list is Tobacco Vanille. This is not my favorite of the Tom Ford fragrances. For me, I'm more Oud Wood guy. Yeah, Oud Wood is my favorite, but this was my first from the private blend. And yeah, so I only wear this, you know, like gala events, smoking, James Bond type of a vibe. And yes, you need a Tom Ford fragrance. I can also recommend, you know, these blue ones. I have here Mandarino de Amalfi. This is also kind of nice, but I would recommend this as your second Tom Ford or third or fourth. Your first one has to be one of the strong ones.
Yeah, I notice also with myself, with Tom Ford, you get noticed very much, like Tobacco Oud, super powerful. Or I was at a gala event in the evening at a hotel, and the general manager of the hotel was wearing Black Orchid, which is more known for worn by women, although it's a unisex fragrance. But he was smelling so good and he could handle it. So if you can handle some of those powerful Tom Ford fragrances, they really make you stand out from the crowd much more. And also, we should not forget that Tom Ford is very popular and people like to talk about it. And everything that people like to talk about it is generally a good idea to talk about it because you are involved in a big discussion.
But one important thing to say, if you don't have the character and the attitude to wear Tom Ford, then Tom Ford is going to wear you. And you don't want that. You do not want that because then, no, you need to have, you know, a certain character, a certain, you know, presence to wear this type of fragrance. But yeah,
agreed.
If you have it, you're going to be golden with this.
Nice, man. All right, and my last pick for that, I was not too sure with which one should I take. The first three were clear, but this was my last pick. It is Nautica Voyage, and what I'm going to say right now will impress some people. This is the most sold men's fragrance on the biggest store on earth, which is Amazon. And this is obviously just a $20 fragrance that makes it so easily to sell, but it's the #1 men's fragrance. And I sprayed it in the previous video we just made. It's so good, man. And Felix also mentions that this easily, if you walk around and ask 100 girls on the street, do you like this more? And I'm not even saying like Amouage, Interlude Man, or some complex niche fragrances with Oriental. Let's not be so cruel. But again, it would be like a $400 fragrance versus $20 fragrance. It would still win. But even if you take the best of the best, the maximum Creed Aventus, I still think this has good chances that it would win against Creed Aventus.
Yeah, it can beat this. Actually, if you look, you know, on YouTube for videos, there are people who do the comparisons on the street, and Nautica Voyage wins a lot of times, which amazes me. But yeah, some people prefer, you know, the simpler the better. So yeah, they really like Nautica Voyage.
Nice one. All right, man, let's go to your last pick. What is it?
My last pick, so I had a tough time deciding my last pick, you know. As you already said, Jeremy, the first three were kind of top of mind, easy to choose. But the last one, not so much. And I really thought about it. I mean, I thought for this video, I thought this is going to be an important video because my first time hearing Jeremy Fragrance, hopefully not my last time. So
the dreamer.
Versace, the dreamer, you know. Versace. This is, in my opinion, the best Versace fragrance. This is my opinion, of course. You know, everybody has their own opinions, but this, I think it's better than Dylan Blues, than Purhomme, than Eau Fraiche. Why is it better? Because it's a little bit more polarizing. It's more creative. I think if you want to be a fragrance reviewer, you need to have, I mean, yes, you have all these safe fragrances. But if you have something like this, it's going to, you know, some people will like it, some people will don't like it. Actually, when I first smelled this, I did not like it. I mean, I did a video on this and my face was like, well, what is this? But you know,
And it's difficult to explain, right?
so, say that again?
It's difficult to explain. Well, I know that I mentioned you should do a fragrance challenge, Versace Dreamer Fragrance Challenge on TikTok. Guys, you should also go on TikTok. It's growing so good. 15 seconds to explain that fragrance. It's so difficult to explain Versace the Dreamer. How would you describe it?
It is pretty difficult to explain it. I mean, it has tobacco leaf in it. So it doesn't smell like tobacco. So don't get me wrong. It doesn't smell like tobacco from Tom Ford. It does not. It has tobacco leaf, which is a fresher take on tobacco, correct? And it also has some green notes. When I saw the note breakdown, it said it had iris. And iris, it's a pretty weird note because you can find iris in fragrances like your Homme, you know, it smells kind of a lipsticky. You can also find iris in Prada L'Homme, and that's more like a clean iris. But the iris that's in Versace the Dreamer, it's like a more earthier kind of an iris, earthier, greener, with the tobacco leaf fresh. I think this is the best fragrance for summertime party at night. I know that's very specific. But you know, I wore this, you know, in Acapulco here in Mexico, in the beach, you know, 30 degrees, you know, partying, having a good time. I wore this and this was pretty amazing. And here in Mexico, let me tell you a quick story, Jeremy. But here in Mexico, we have a big artist, a big singer. He's called Luis Miguel. I don't know if you know him. But the fragrance that he wore in the 90s, you know, in his peak, in his prime time, was Versace the Dreamer. So for all of you who are watching this in Latin America, who know Luis Miguel, if you want to smell Luis Miguel in the 90s, you know, this sexy guy, the Dreamer.
It's interesting that the Dreamer, I noticed when I was wearing it back in the days, in high heat, also with sweat, like in the gym, it smells so good. Similar, I noticed with Dior Homme Intense. So it's funny that you're saying that now, recapping it. I noticed that when the heat comes up, this weirdly, although it has tobacco listed as a note, comes across very invigorating, sexy, intoxicating, nice. Yeah, it's
super
a nice
nice,
one.
super nice. And this is a cheapie as well. So you can find this at a very low price. I think this is the most economic fragrance of the list, and super worth it.
Nice one. All right, let's wrap it up. That was our 10 fragrances well, actually those were not 10 because we had 3 of the same. And thank you, Felix, for being on the video. I'm going to link your channel in the comment section as well in the video description. And check out his channel. He's boosting out videos very much. And I have to see some of your videos now, but he reached out via email and that was very kind. And he has been, again, in the fragrance community since a long time. So respect, I love this, and keep growing, man. If you love it, that's great for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. It means a lot to me to know to be on your channel because, you know, 3 years back, 2 years back, when you started, 4 years back, I don't know, I saw your videos and I never imagined that someday I was going to be shooting a video with you. And that means a lot to me. And I also want to congratulate you real quick on your fragrances. Date for Men is, wow. I mean, I did a review on this one. You should watch it even though it's in Spanish. I'm sorry for that. My videos are in Spanish. I'm in Mexico. But I really like this. I put it on a lot of lists, and my girlfriend really likes this as well. Office, I do like it as well, but Date is like...
To all my
all
my Latin, Russian, Middle Eastern, you guys will love Date for Men even more than Office. On the other hand, some guys like from Germany, they somehow prefer The Office more. So it's very interesting. But I did notice whenever I was in Miami and the girls and the guys say, wow, this is sexy, this is Miami style. So Date for Men really hits it big with all the Latin people and the sexy, sweet type of a vibe.
Amazing fragrance, and you can and if you can find it in a bundle that you offer, I think it is worth it.
Thank you, Felix. All right, that's it from us. See you guys. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye bye. Thank you.